you finally able to save up some money, Melanie? What are you going to do with the money? Move into a new house? Which house are you thinking of buying?
Did Kevin tell you all this? We haven't decided on a house yet, but we have begun our search for a new house.
I had no idea that you had so much saved up. Kevin tells me that you have enough saved up that you don't even need to get a mortgage.
I'm not going to be able to pay for the house in one lump sum, but I don't want to rely on a bank loan, which is why I've been working really hard to save up as much as I can.
I see. So you are saving up to buy a new house. I thought that you were stingy, but I guess you had your reasons.
I guess you could say that. I've always been frugal, so saving up wasn't all that difficult for me. I've been married to Kevin for 15 years now, and the entire time I've been saving up for our dream home.
So that probably means you have around $300,000 saved up. Am I right?
I'm not comfortable discussing the amount of money I have sitting on my bank account. Why are you so interested in my savings?
Well, we're family now, so I think that I have the right to ask and know about these things.
I suppose, but
I was just thinking about how nice it would be for me to move into a new house as well. What do you say to living together?
I'm sorry, but I plan to live in my new house with Kevin and no one else.
I'm your mother-in-law. How could you say no to me?
I'm sorry, but it's not in our plans to live under the same roof as you. We told you the same thing when Kevin and I got married. Kevin and I have been dreaming of purchasing a house of our own, and the last thing we want to do is say yes to moving in with you.
Why are you so cold to me? What do you have against me? Don't you think that you're being a little rude to me?
Ever since you got divorced, you've been relying on Kevin for money.
I have, but Kevin is my son. I'm allowed to ask for his financial help if I need it. I raised him, so I should be able to receive money from him.
Kevin never gave you his money, he's lending it to you. On top of that, he's been sending you monthly payments to help out with your living expenses. We know that you're in a lot of debt. The last time that you came over to see us, you stole some of our valuable possessions from us. I'm sure you can see why we wouldn't want to live under the same roof as you.
You say that you can't live with me, but you're letting another woman live under your roof? What's that about?
She's my great aunt. She's been good to me, and now it's my turn to take care of her.
But it seems unfair that you'd let your great aunt live with you and not me. I'm Kevin's mother.
We can't get dragged into your financial problems. And my great aunt is only living with us temporarily. Once Kevin and I purchase a new home, my great aunt will no longer be living with us. I mean, the house that we're living in now is her house. I've been helping her out because she recently had some medical problems.
I really do hope that you and Kevin will invite me to move into your new house with you. I won't give up so easily.
Well, Kevin and I aren't going to give in either. I need to go now.
Melanie, you're working today, right?
Yes, that's right. Why do you ask?
Well, my mother was acting stranger than usual.
How so?
Well, she says that she's coming over to the house now. I told her that you're at work, but she wouldn't listen. She says that even if you're not here, she'd be coming over anyway. Did she text you?
No, she didn't. And this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Your great aunt is the only one at home right now, correct? Has my mother been introduced to your great aunt? I can't remember.
I don't think that the two of them have met before. But I'm sure that my great aunt would let her into the house seeing as she's your mother. I hope that your mother doesn't cause any trouble. I don't trust her. I'm gonna give a call to my great aunt now.
That would be the smart thing to do. I don't trust my mother either.
I'm starting to get worried. I hope that your mother is on her best behavior today.
I took the liberty of buying your new house for you.
Excuse me? Why did you go see my great aunt today? What did you need?
I already paid for the house. You have nothing to worry about. I didn't realize how easy it was to withdraw money from your account. I couldn't withdraw the entire amount in one go, so I went to the bank numerous times. The real estate agent allowed me to sign the contract for the house when I showed them the balance in your bank account. I'm going to need all the money in your account to pay for our new house.
What in the world are you talking about?
I know that you said you wanted a new house, but with the money you had, I could only purchase a second-hand property. Since I was the one that found this amazing house, I think that it makes sense that I live there with you and Kevin.
I'm not quite following you. What is this about? How were you able to take my money and go buy a house?
Once I figured out your passcode, it was all very easy. Thank you for saving up all that money.
Do you realize how crazy you're sounding right now? If you really did what you claim, it means you stole from me and made a huge purchase. I don't understand why you're being so cavalier right now.
I'm really grateful that you put in a lot of effort to save up all that money. I'm really looking forward to living in the house that I purchased with your money. You and Kevin are welcome to live with me if you'd like.
How many times do I have to tell you that Kevin and I have no plans to live under the same roof as you? How did you get a hold of my bank book and card?
I withdrew the $300,000 in your account and used the money to buy myself a house. Since we're family, your money is my money, so I'm assuming that you have no issues with this, right?
I have my bank book right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I went to check that I had it after you told me about what you had done. But the bank book which belongs to my great aunt is missing.
Your great aunt?
Yes, the woman who let you into the house today. She only let you in because you're Kevin's mother. My great aunt never expected you to be a thief, too. She was terribly shocked when she realized that you had taken her bank book.
I don't get it. So you're saying that I took your great aunt's bank book instead of yours? But it had your maiden name on it.
Are you sure about that? My first name is Melanie, and my great aunt's first name is Melania. People confuse our names all the time because they're so similar. I think that you took my great aunt's bank book and assumed that it was mine.
Oh, you're right. What am I supposed to do now? Why does your great aunt have so much money? Well, I guess the money is mine now.
Do you not understand the gravity of what you've done? You committed a serious crime and you will be punished. You do understand that, don't you?
Look, it was an accident. I took her money thinking it was yours. I mean, we're all family, so I don't think that it's a crime.
Even if we are family, that doesn't make it okay for you to steal our money. My great aunt is furious with you.
Okay.
She told me that she's going to get her money back from you, and she's going to make sure that you don't take any more money from her.
Well, I need the money to pay for my new house.
Well, it's not your money to take. You shouldn't be buying a house if you can't afford it. My great aunt was careless for writing down her passcode, but that doesn't give you the right to steal her money. You're absurd for thinking you could steal your family's money and spend it on something so big like a house. You're a criminal.
I wasn't stealing that money. It's mine, since I'm a part of your family now. Besides, I thought that money was yours. I was doing you a favor by buying you a house, which you were going to buy anyway. I know how busy you and Kevin are with work. I was only trying to help. Since I chose a house suited to my needs, I think that it would make sense for me to move in with you.
Do you realize how outrageous this is? You need to own up to your crime. You committed theft.
Aren't you blowing things out of proportion here? This is all a big misunderstanding. I only borrowed the money. I was going to pay it back eventually.
Neither me or my great aunt ever agreed to lend you the money, which makes it a crime. You took the money without our consent. Don't try to get out of this by saying it was a misunderstanding.
Wait a minute, Melanie. Could you please have a word with your great aunt and sort this all out?
She wants you to pay her back the money ASAP.
But I need the money to pay for the new house. Could she please give me a little time to come up with the money?
She doesn't care. She wants you to pay her back, and if you can't, she'll go to the police.
The police? She can't do that to me. Please don't make such a big deal out of this. We don't need to involve the police.
But you committed a crime. You should have never taken my great-aunt's bank book and card.
Fine, I'll return everything to your great-aunt. Are you happy now? Will you give me your savings instead?
Huh?
I need your money to buy us our new house. That way your great-aunt can have her money back.
You must be joking. Why in the world would I give you my hard-earned money? No way!
I deserve to live in that new house.
I'd rather die than give you my money. Besides, I also bought a new house, so I don't have any savings left.
Oh, so you already bought a house?
Yes, we did. We didn't want to tell you because we didn't want you to think that you could move in with us. We were smart not to share any information with you. After all, you are a criminal.
I'm not a criminal. Stop calling me one. I went out of my way to find you a nice house that we could all live in.
I know that you bought that house for yourself. You don't care about anyone but yourself. Stop trying to rationalize your actions. You should just admit that you committed a crime and received the punishment that you deserve.
You're not making any sense right now. The only thing that I wanted was to live happily with my son and his wife. What's wrong with that? And since you had the money, I was going to use it to buy us a new house. I didn't do anything wrong. We're family, remember?
I don't consider you to be family, especially after what you did to my great-aunt.
What?
Neither Kevin or I agreed to live with you or give you any of our money. And we definitely did not ask you to go out and buy a house for us. What you did is a crime. Own up to it. To my great-aunt, you're just some thief that came into her house and stole her money.
Some may consider what I did to be a crime, but that was not my intention and you know it. You know that I didn't do this on purpose.
I don't know what your intentions were, but you committed a crime and you need to take responsibility for your actions. You're going to get arrested for theft and you're going to end up paying back the money in full, whether you like it or not.
You're going to let the police arrest me? I'll pay back the money, so don't have me arrested.
Well, Kevin and I want nothing to do with you anymore. Stay out of our lives.
How can you say that to me?
After everything that you put us through, I think you saw this coming. We no longer consider you to be a part of our family.
I'm Kevin's mother. You can't do that to me.
Kevin didn't choose to be your son. I'm glad that he's finally able to cut you out of his life. You gave him a good enough reason to do so. Please don't try to get in touch with us anymore. We don't want to be associated with a criminal like you.
I can't believe that you're doing this to me. I'm sure that once Kevin comes to his senses, he'll realize that I mean more to him than you ever will. I won't forgive you for this.
You should stop blaming me and realize that you did this all on your own. You're the one that committed a crime and messed up your life. Don't blame me for any of it. It was nice knowing you, Kaya. Goodbye. In the end, Kaya was arrested after Melanie and her great-aunt reported her crime to the police. Kaya's entire family cut her off, and she was completely alone to deal with the mess that she had created. She's now going to have to spend the rest of her life paying back the money that she stole. It turned out that the real estate agent that Kaya had reached out to buy the new house was a bad one, and they never returned the down payment on the house even after the deal was called off. Kaya tried to get out of her money problems by stealing from her family, but she ended up with more debt than she ever imagined. She shouldn't have been so reckless with her spending, and had she been less selfish, none of this may have happened. As for Kevin and Melanie, they moved into their new house and are living a happy and carefree life now that Kaya is out of their lives. No one knows what happened to Kaya after she came out of jail, but no one cares enough to want to help her out. Kaya will just have to deal with the problems in her life on her own. Kaya spent too much of her life taking from others and not appreciating it, so she will now have to suffer the poor choices of her past.
Livia, there happens to be quite an age difference between you and Ronan, huh? I was surprised when I saw your face. You both look really similar to one another in age, but I suppose Ronan still looks good enough to be my husband and all, right?
Harley, what are you trying to say about us? It's a bit weird of you to start texting your husband's sister about all of this. For some reason, I'm getting the idea that you're trying to talk crap to me, yet I'm not sure why you'd want to do something like that with me.
Huh? I'm not trying to talk crap about anything. I'm just trying to talk about how your brother and you seem to look really alike, and I mean that in terms of you really look like a man at your age. Is that not embarrassing for you?
You have no right to be asking me something as rude as that, then. I'm not really sure what you're trying to get at here, but you're starting to upset me, so would you please stop? Do you have any reason to be asking me a question like that? Are you going to get any use from my answer?
You plan on coming to the wedding, right? Having you come to the wedding looking like that is, don't you feel that you'll be embarrassing your little brother?
Embarrass Ronan. So you want to make fun of me that badly? What do you think you have that allows you to make fun of me like that? Tell me what has led you to treat me this way.
Oh, geez, nothing's led me to this, actually. But if you were to come to my wedding looking the way you do, then I might have a reason to start hating you more.
And how would me be going to my brother's wedding cause you to hate me more than you already do now? That doesn't make any sense to me.
What? Is that so? I'm sure it does make sense in a way. Naturally, I'd be pretty pissed off if you came.
I understand that you don't like the way I look, but what sense does it make to tell me to stay away from the wedding just because I look the way I do? I don't get it.
You're going to make those around me worry.
What do you mean?
If you look as ugly as you do, then this could mean that my kids will end up looking that bad as well, right? I don't want my family and friends to be worried about things like that. I want to keep you out of view from my family, and that's why I'm saying these things now. I wouldn't want people to start making rumors about you and I as well.
So you're telling me that just because I look like this, you're going to say all those things? I'm not too sure that I look that bad to begin with, so I think it would be wise to stop talking about me like that. I really don't get how you believe making fun of me like that is acceptable, especially when I'm your sister-in-law now.
Then let me tell it to you straight. My wedding has to be perfect. My dream is to have a perfect wedding for all my guests. Yet if you walked in there looking like you do, who's to say what everyone might start to think about me?
What everyone might think? I don't think anyone will care about how I look. I just plan to attend the wedding because I'm Ronan's sister.
I'm going to have to become family to some ugly chick. And to make it all worse, you're not even married. You're going to be like some heavy baggage to this family. I feel so bad for myself. You have to understand what I'm saying here, right? That's why I hate the idea of you being there. Don't come, please.
So you're saying you don't want me to come to that wedding to protect your image?
Well, that's right. You understand me, right?
I'm not going to deal with this. I don't even get how you became this awful of a person, Harley. I suggest that from now on you think about what you have to say before you speak. Or else you might be tying the very noose that'll hang you.
It's crazy that even after all those warnings I gave you, you still rolled up to my wedding. Are you looking to be embarrassed or something?
Harley, don't you think it's time you gave all that up? I'm at this wedding today to meet with my family and friends, as well as enjoy my brother's wedding. You do not have any right to be stopping me from doing all that.
Shut up already, you ugly woman.
So you're still going to come at me with those rude phrases?
You're my sister-in-law, so how about you shut up and listen? Do you really want to embarrass both yourself and your cute little sister-in-law? I'm married to a very successful doctor now who happens to be your little brother. I will not let you ruin our very special day today with those looks of yours.
I happen to be a doctor myself, you know.
And I'm a woman who's been chosen to be the wife of a doctor. I've already gone and bragged about this to all my family and friends, therefore I have to have the most perfect wedding today. I really can't imagine having some ugly family member here ruining my dream right now, yet it seems to already be happening.
You really need to calm yourself down, Harley.
Before Ronan's boss gets here, I want you gone. You aren't any family worth our time and success anymore, so get lost. We don't have all day to wait for you to leave, so get on with it, you disgraceful hag.
If you're really going to say things like that, then I guess I understand the kind of person you really are deep down.
So you finally learned your place in this family? You don't want to ruin your brother's wedding today by being here, right? If you really do understand what I'm asking and saying, then shut up and go home. This is for the best when it comes to everyone here. It's a frickin' disgrace to have an ugly woman like you at this wedding. The owner of that hospital Ronan works at is coming really soon and will be giving a speech for us. So go already.
Are you sure things will be fine without me here?
Of course they will be.
I see. Guess I'm going home then. Take care of my brother for me.
You'd better be gone by the time the owner gets on stage to give that speech. I don't want to start getting physical with you or anything like that today.
I see that you're so happy to be ordering me to leave like that, but you're going to regret all of that real soon, you know.
I have zero reason to regret any of this.
Well then, I'll be doing as you've asked and heading home now. After this, I don't think you and I will ever be talking to one another again. So please take good care of my brother today.
Things have gotten really bad here. Livia! Hey, Livia! Where are you right now? Answer your phone already!
So now that your wedding is kicked off, you probably learned about the person that I am.
Why did you never tell me about this? Livia, you're the owner of that hospital?
That's right. And I've already gone home, so whatever you're going to ask for, it's already too late.
What? You really went home already? But you couldn't have gone that far, right? Come back here without making it seem obvious that you left. Please?
Huh? Why do I have to go back to the wedding now?
Because you're supposed to be the main guest at this wedding today. Everyone is excited to meet you and are patiently waiting around for you to come out and give that speech. Actually, because you're not here, we aren't really able to do anything else. Come back here right now.
Come on, even if you figured that all out now and want to text me about it, I don't want to come back.
Why not? I didn't know about who you were is all. If you're going to be the one that everyone is looking forward to seeing today, then of course you can be at my wedding. I never actually thought someone like you could be the hospital owner.
I actually have something to ask you. Why did you not know who I was? My dad ended up changing his position 2 years ago and I was made the new owner. And now my dad is the chairman. Could that mean that my brother never told you anything about this?
Wait, well, now that you mention all of that, I do feel as though he explained all of that before. But I wasn't really listening to him at the time. I didn't think you could be the hospital owner. And I just assumed that until Ronan would become the next owner, someone else was running the show that nobody knew about. Maybe your guys' uncle or something.
Wow. All of that seems to be just some wild dream you had. I'm the hospital owner, and today was the day I would be giving the speech and be considered the most important guest at your wedding. You never went and checked on something like that even before the wedding?
I never had a look at the name of the person giving the speech today. All I knew was that the owner would be coming and giving that speech.
So you never heard anything about me coming?
That's correct. Even Ronan just said that the hospital's owner would be coming. He never said that the hospital owner was going to be you, of all people.
I'm sure that's right. He works under me after all and probably forgot to refer to me as his sister instead of as the owner. But you should have still been aware that I am the current owner of the hospital. He had to have brought that up with you at some point before today. I assume myself that you knew who I was this whole time even.
Well, I'm telling you now that I had no idea. I never meant to be mean to you about any of that.
You never meant to. Even though you were calling me ugly all of that time without any restraint.
I didn't mean to say all that.
Realize this, Harley. It's one thing that I'm the owner your husband is working for. But before you even knew about that, you knew that I've been your husband's older sister. You have joined my family, and now you should consider me something like your older sister yourself, right? Yet you seem to not bother with that knowledge whatsoever and still continued saying very rude things to me. And today you kicked me out of your guys' wedding, all so that your image wouldn't be harmed. Even just thinking about all of this has made me give up on you completely.
Don't give up on me. Please, right now things are starting to become tense here. If you don't come back here now, your brother will even find out what's happened. Please, come back to the wedding and sneak in for me right now.
You really want me to? Tell me then, what's in it for me? What merits are there that would make me want to come back to your wedding?
What? Merits? What are you trying to ask there? What merits?
Just a little while ago, you went all out on me in order to get me to leave, right? Don't you feel as though you're being a little rash right now by asking me to come back there after all those hurtful things you said to me? If there's something in it for me, then I might think about coming back. But I'm thinking there's not one merit to going back there.
The merit to all this is that you'll be able to get closer to me.
That's a lot of confidence you have there. It's quite strange to think that something as unfortunate as that would be a merit for me. Honestly, I'm planning to cut ties to you completely here soon.
What? What do you mean cut ties to me?
You went ahead and really did it by being extremely rude to someone you barely even knew. Did you actually want me to stick around to be your family member? Because I remember you saying that I'm like heavy baggage to the family. And I don't even view you as family anymore. All you are to me now is the idiot witch that my little brother decided to tie the knot with.
Hold on a second. Don't you think you're being a little too harsh?
I just spoke with my brother about why I'm not there. He just asked me where I'd gone and I had to tell him the truth.
What? You're lying, right? What did you tell him? You never said anything unnecessary, right?
And what would you consider to be unnecessary? Because if you consider the truth unnecessary, then I might have just done that. What I said is that you continued to call me ugly and that you didn't want me at your wedding. And that for the longest time now you've gone out about how me coming to your wedding would cause problems for everyone. I'd had enough of your crap and left before the wedding even started. That's what I told him.
Hold on. You actually said all of that to him? Saying things like that about what happened to him will get him all upset, right?
Having someone as calm as Ronan get upset will most likely spell the end for you.
What have you done? It's going to be your fault that his wedding is ruined. Ronan's going to lose his mind knowing about all that now. And that will lead to this whole wedding being canceled because of it.
And that would be considered getting what you asked for, right?
What I asked for? What?
Everything that you were saying to me all this time, it's all coming back to bite you in the butt now. How come you don't understand that? This is what you were asking for, right? Why are you getting all worked up over the fruits of your labor now?
But wait, had you just explained to me yourself that you're the owner of that hospital and that you happen to be Ronan's boss, then none of this would be happening. Had you not said any of that useless crap to Ronan about me, then he would have never found out, right? This is all your fault, Livia. Don't you get that right now?
When are you going to shut up? Listening to you go on and on is so stupid that I'm actually starting to laugh.
What? Why do you say that?
First thing you should understand is that all of those stupid and heartless things you were saying to me all pissed me off. And that then led to my brother getting pissed off. It doesn't matter anymore that I told him the truth or not. It never did, actually. All of this was because of those things that you said to me. Those horrible, cruel things.
But even if I was saying those things to you, you knew there was a reason for all of it.
Your reason being that you were trying to protect your image doesn't mean anything to me when you're that selfish about everything. I don't care about any of that. So there. I really do think that someone like you, who would talk that awfully to your own family and ask them to leave your wedding because they will ruin your image, should not be married to a doctor at all. But that's just my thinking.
What? Wait, Ronan just said that the wedding is being canceled. Did you say something else to him that made him want all of this?
I didn't say anything else to him. I believe he's made a choice based off of what you did to me. Well then, it really sucks that you weren't able to have that perfect dream wedding of yours. Now, don't you ever come around me again.
Wait, Livia! I just wanted to be happy today. Please come back here and fix things between Ronan and I.
You can have the most pretty-looking face in the world, but with a soul as rotten as yours, you're never going to become happy, I think. In the end, the wedding between Harley and Ronan was cancelled, and I'd like to say that that's the best outcome. Harley ended up bawling her eyes out after that and was trying to plead and beg for the wedding to go on. Ronan told her he could never actually get married to someone who would go and make horrible statements like she'd made about a family member. And that right there spelled the end of them two for having a future together. Harley then tried coming to me and getting her on her hands and knees to apologize for what she'd done, but there was no way I would listen to her anymore. After ignoring her final attempt at having things fixed up for herself, she was left sitting in despair. I'm sure she has no idea what she's going to do next with her life now, but I bet it'll do a lot of sitting in her house depressed, waiting for someone to come over and save her. This was the depressing life that she kept asking for when she made fun of my looks and said that I would be a heavy baggage for the family, and now she's going to have to live with it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you in the next story.
Hey, you useless high school dropout. Riddle me this. When are you actually gonna pack your shit and leave the house, huh? I don't really need you at all anymore. We're done using you. You're used up. Figure it out, man.
Oh my god, Mom, you're gonna start this crap again? I'm in the middle of my job right now. I just started my shift. I really don't want to sit here and listen to you bitch and moan at me while I'm working. I hear enough of that crap when I'm finally home after a 12-hour shift.
What are you talking about? You're a high school dropout. That's what you deserve. So you're telling me that the only thing you can do is talk back to your own parents? Just another thing you fail at?
That's not what I'm talking about, and that's not what's going on right now. Why do you want to make fun of the fact that I'm a high school dropout right now? What do you have to gain from it? I literally dropped out of high school because I had to help you and Dad anyway. It's not like I didn't want to go to school.
Yeah, here we go again with your lies. The only reason that you're a high school dropout is because you're a useless loser. Don't try to shift the blame on your parents. You're just a useless moron who is of no use to society or anyone in it. You're just a trash lowlife.
You really need to cut it out, Mom. You're going way too far. Be honest with me here. You know that I didn't just drop out of high school because I didn't want to go, right? I started working right out of middle school because I had to pay off the loans and debt that you two accrued. You two! My parents! It has nothing to do with my worth.
I don't know what you're talking about at all, silly. Don't be making things up like that. I don't know what you're doing exactly. I heard something about a security guard or something. I don't care. But that job is literally the worst thing you could have possibly done. I mean, how could you possibly be proud of that? You really need to look at how Jerry is living his life. He's a better role model than you'll ever hope to be.
What the hell? Why would you say that it's the worst thing? I've been working hard and tirelessly. And not to mention that almost every penny that I've earned has been sent straight to you and Dad. You really gonna take all that money from me and still say that I'm the absolute worst when my job is giving you that money? I've been doing this for over 10 years, Mom. Over 10 years I've been sending you and Dad money while I worked hard. And yet you still look down on me like that. I'm actually kind of impressed by how much you're able to look down on me.
Jerry has already graduated from his college top of the class and has a top-level firm ready to hire him. He's going to be making bank as soon as he starts. Do you know what that means? It means we don't need you anymore. Put another way, it means you need to pack your stuff and get the hell out of the house. You living here is just a massive waste of electricity and utility bills. You're gonna pay for that too?
You're really going that far? I really feel like I've earned my place. The only reason that he was able to go to college at all is because I was able to earn enough money to support him and you guys while he attended. He's still taking out student loans. He's still taking out student loans, though, because it wasn't enough for him to finish up everything and live. It sounds like he's borrowing from other sources, though, not just legit student loans. That's none of my business, though.
What? What the hell are you talking about, Russell?
I really hope that he's already returned all of his debt, for his sake and yours. But again, that's none of my business. So he's found a job, huh? I'm glad to hear that. It sounds like things are looking up for him.
Yeah, he really deserves this job. Unlike you, he's elite and is going to work at a corporate firm and make the big money. He's literally everything his dropout older brother never could be. You're just a piece of lint compared to him.
You know, I've always known that you really love Jerry. That really has never surprised me at all, but come on, Mom. You've really got to be less hateful towards me. I worked hard for you and Dad, who, by the way, has disappeared to go get milk about 20 years ago. I did everything in my power to make sure this family stayed fed and relatively happy. I know you're happy that Jerry found a job. I really am happy for him too, Mom. It's not just you. But shouldn't you be at least a little thankful for me, his big brother too? I feel like it's a little bit weird for you to be out to hate me when I've literally supported you two.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'm really done with this conversation. The point of all of this is that you're done. This is over. I don't need you to be around anymore. Can you please just get the hell out of this house? I really don't need you anymore. I'm going to go ahead and kick you out of the house. We're no longer going to be mom and son. Bye!
Wait, what are you talking about, Mom? We're no longer gonna be mom and son?
I told you that your younger brother found a job, right? They gave him a job offer and everything. I don't need you as a family member anymore. You're all used up. You're old news. Should I keep going? You're just a waste of money at this point. A money sink. I need you to get the hell out. Right now, I don't care what happens to you. The low life with a shit job. You might as well lose your job and become some hobo under a bridge or something. I wouldn't care. I'm definitely not going to help you out. We're going to cut ties and pretend we never existed to each other. You're no one to me. And don't even think about coming back to me to ask for money. It's useless. You won't get a single penny out of me, you leech.
What are you talking about? I would never want to ask you for money, Mom. I've never felt entitled to any of your money. You're gonna cut ties with me as soon as Jerry got a job offer? Seriously, Mom? After everything I've done for you? Are you losing it, Mom? Actually, how can you even be like that towards your own son, Mom? You must be out of your mind.
What? How am I out of my mind? As soon as the younger brother, who's now destined to become an elite corporate member, we don't need the low-life older brother. Can anyone say scum? Don't ever interact with your brother or myself, okay? We don't need you anymore.
I actually pity you, Mom. I have no words for you. I can't believe that you'd cut me away like nothing ever happened after all that I've done for you and him. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. You're not worth it.
Just make sure you pack your shit and leave ASAP, okay?
Look, right now I'm working, like I said earlier. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna do something productive with my life, okay? I heard you found a job, bro. Why didn't you tell me? It's a big-time corporate job too, right? Congratulations, you must have worked hard. Oh, that old bitch was talking about it. Sorry that I'm the only one that's able to be elite and you're just some low-life scum. Whatever. Are you sure you're able to pay back all your loans? I don't really care for any of the small talk coming from you. You've loaned some from me and had me take out some loans too, so you better make sure you pay everything back to me. Okay, I'm working for a huge corporation, so I won't be breaking a sweat along the way. But I'm not gonna pay off the loans that you took out, bro. You're crazy. What? What the hell? What are you talking about? You're my brother, right? My dearest and beloved older brother. I don't feel the need to return any money when it's just money that's been lent and moved around within the family. Come on, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure to spend it all very carefully for myself. You can sleep easy at night knowing I'm gonna pocket all of your money. Better stop messing around, Jerry. I'm all out of patience. Do you realize how much I've loaned you over the years? Seriously, it must be in the tens of thousands by now. I've spent a lot of money on your tuition, too. You know, for the college that helped you land that sweet corporate job. I mean, it can't be helped, can it? You're literally useless when it comes to anything else. That's all you're good for. Huh? What do you mean? I'm saying that old hag is right about some things, and one thing she's right about is you and how to treat you. You're not smart, so you've been working as a security guard, right? You're headed straight to the gutters, bro, living amongst the other scum around you. I'm glad that at least I was smart and actually went to college using my brain instead of just dropping out of high school like some loser. No, what you're lucky about is that you were the second child. That's literally the only difference between you and me. When we were born, you had no reason to drop out of high school and go to work because you had your big brother. I actually liked high school too, you realize that? It's not like I didn't like going to high school. I mean, that's just how life is sometimes, you know? What can you do about it? You really just pulled the short straw. You should wish for better luck in the next time you're born. I don't have any regrets anymore because I worked out my demons from the past, but if that's the attitude you want to have, then I also have my own plans too. Don't think that I haven't learned a thing or two. Congratulations on your employment, though. I'm happy for you. I'm never gonna loan you any kind of money from now on, so don't ever come crying back to me for help. Do you understand?
I threw away all of your shit before you came back from your graveyard shift, just so you know. I'm not keeping it in the house.
Wait, what? What the hell?
If it hasn't been taken away by the trash guys yet, maybe you can be lucky and pick it up from the front of the house. But I don't want you to come inside the house anymore. Stay the hell outside of our house. Do you understand? You're not family anymore, you hear? We're strangers now. Hooray!
You being serious right now? This isn't some kind of prank? You took someone's belongings without asking about it and just threw it outside? And to throw it all away?
Of course not. I kept all of the stuff that looks like we would still be able to get some use out of it. You just make sure to take everything I've deemed as trash and useless, including yourself, and get the hell out, okay?
I'm so sick and tired of this. It's gone way too far. Everything I've ever done for you has been for a waste, huh? There was literally no point in me sticking out my head and taking one for the team. I've worked hard and tirelessly, day in and day out, to make sure that this family stays happy. And that's how you just throw me away like nothing ever happened? Like I'm just some garbage to be disposed of?
You're literally some low-life scum who dropped out of middle school. What the hell are you talking about? It's not like you have any rights. Don't worry, your younger brother, who's straight on the path to becoming a corporate elite employee, will be taking great care of me from now on. Can the useless idiot please just disappear for me? I need you to just be out of my life from now on.
That's why you don't thank me at all and just throw away all of my personal belongings? I'm at a loss for words, Mom. You're seriously gonna cut all ties with me, huh? You're being dead serious about us not being family anymore?
Yes. We don't need anyone like you in our family when you're just low-life scum. Don't you understand?
Okay, I understand. I will be doing the same thing then. You will be cut out of my life. I want to make sure that you understand we are strangers now, so we will not be talking to each other at all.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. You finally get it. I'm not going to give you a single penny back. All the money you've ever loaned me will be used for our future.
I don't need any of it back. I didn't plan on asking anyway. But promise me that you'll never ask me for more money either, because I'm not gonna help.
Why would anyone have to rely on you for any kind of help? Thank you so much for working so hard and spending your life against the other low-life scum to pay back our loans and debt. The younger one has finally secured a job, so we don't need you, the low-life security guard, to be around us anymore. Goodbye, shitty ATM.
All right, I'll take my stuff and leave then.
We're done with our family ties, too.
Yeah, sure, whatever, just like you asked. We'll cut our family ties. No more family. Goodbye, lady. You must be so happy that everything worked out in your favor, huh?
What's going on, Russell? When are you going to come back home to the house where your family is? You really should come back soon, shouldn't you? It's been way too long. I think you should come back home. Why are you being so stubborn? I've messaged you so much.
What? What the hell are you talking about, lady?
What do you mean, what the hell am I talking about? We haven't been able to pay off all of our bills recently. There are quite a few bills that need to be paid off. You should be getting pretty bored of running away from your home, right? Just come back already. I'm going to be expecting your return so that you can be paying off all of our bills. Thanks.
Shut the hell up! What are you smoking, lady? Who even are you? I don't know anyone like you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
We already cut ties, right? I'm pretty sure you wanted to. What did you want from me now? Did you have some kind of goal? I don't have anything left to deal with you. You're just some random lady. I left the house just like you asked me. I didn't even ask to be thrown out. You practically evicted me. I cut ties with you just like you wanted. That is what you wanted, right? I'm not gonna go back to that house, just so you know. There's not a chance in hell.
Wait, hang on though. Can you at least hear me out? I could really use your help. Seriously. We really don't have any money anymore to even survive day to day. I'm really struggling, so I could really use your help ASAP. Just come home quickly, okay?
What? What the hell are you talking about after all of that speech that you gave me? Jerry got employed at his fancy elite corporate job, right? I was just in the way of his success? That's what you told me anyway. I literally just listened to everything you wanted of me. I didn't even want to, but I did it anyway because you asked me not so politely. We cut ties completely. We're strangers now. I have no intention of ever dealing with you at all. I really don't care what you say from here. Nothing you say will make me change my mind. It's a waste of time.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. It's not a waste of time. You know it's not. Jerry was supposed to go to work at this big-time corporate job to be an elite, but then he just left the job and ran away from home, leaving all of his loans and debt behind.
Ran away? What do you mean?
He said that he didn't want to work at some company for so long, and that he wasn't suited to be some kind of corporate slave. He said that he had to go to some kind of game event or something. I don't know. None of it really made sense at all. I didn't even listen after a little while because none of it made any sense. He apparently just left the office one day and never showed up again. He just went AWOL. No one knows where he is or what he's doing. He hasn't come home to our house either. I want to put out a missing persons report, but then he just tells me that he's alive, so he doesn't need to be searched at all. So there's no point in reporting it to the police. Even if I did report him missing, the police wouldn't do anything. They'd just think I'm crazy.
I mean, I would have seen that coming from a mile away. You should have known better than to trust that weasel.
What? What are you talking about?
Jerry is only really good on the surface. He gets along with most people initially, but he's never really interested in working hard or anything like that. He's been spoiled ever since he was young, so he's been spending money like crazy and doesn't know how to save money. That's why he's been running around borrowing money from myself and Lord knows who else. Probably anyone he could borrow from. He put all that money into games and gambling, which are apparently his favorite pastime or hobby. He's got so many loans and debt that he probably is drowning now. Up to his neck in debt, you know what I mean?
I don't know any of what you're talking about. I don't think any of that's true. But what are you talking about anyway? Gambling, loans, debt? Is this the same person?
Oh, someone didn't come by our house to try to get their money back? Some loan sharks or something?
What? What are you talking about?
It sounds like he won't be able to pay it back anyway, so yeah. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be responsible for his debt. I really expected the loan sharks to be showing up at your doorsteps by now.
What? Those people are loan sharks? I didn't know who those people were. I really couldn't believe that Jerry would possibly be taking out loans or something, so I turned them away from the house, but… Wait, so you're telling me that he's seriously taking out that many loans?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Even if you turn them away now, they're gonna come every single day until you pay them back what he owes. You know, it actually might be in your best interest to actually do your best to pay them back. I hear they don't like having missing money. Or maybe you can find Jerry somewhere and have him pay them back, so that you don't get beat up or something. I don't really care what happens though. He gets beat up, you get beat up. None of that matters to me at all anyway.
What do you mean it doesn't matter to you at all? You're my son. Of course it matters to you. My physical safety should be relevant to my own son.
Yeah, I used to be your son.
What?
Just because you need help now doesn't mean anything. We've already cut ties, remember? We're strangers now. I've been paying off Jerry's other loans up until about a month ago. I've been working hard for that. I've actually loaned him money on other fronts too, not just there.
You're kidding, right? I didn't know that. Why didn't you just tell me, sweetie?
Yeah, that's because I literally didn't tell you, stupid. I mean, to be fair, it's not like you would have believed me even if I did tell you. You'd probably laugh at me or something. I've never had any kind of financial freedom of any sort up until this point. I've never really had any kind of freedom at all. I wasn't even thanked for all of my hard work. I was suddenly chased out of my own house by my very own mother. That's why I decided that I would continue going forward with my life without having anything to do with you at all.
Nothing to do with me? But we're family. I'm your only mother. That should mean something, right? You can't just up and say that we're strangers and actually cut ties completely with family, right? It's impossible.
Actually, it was a lot easier than I thought.
Huh?
I've already moved to a different state, and I'm not gonna tell you where either. Because it makes no sense to tell a stranger where I'd live. Also, I'm planning on changing my contact information too. You know, cell phone, email, etc. I'm never gonna meet you ever again. You're completely cut out of my life, just like you asked for. Needless to say, everything above applies to Jerry as well.
What are you talking about? Don't be saying such stupid things. Your own flesh and blood are in trouble, and you're sitting there whining. You have an obligation to save us.
Actually, I have something to say to you. I've kept a lot of stuff to myself for a long time. Most of the time, actually. I've just held back. But I've decided that from now on, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm done.
What are you talking about?
I've got a certification in my workplace, top scores too. I didn't tell you, but I've got my GED too. I actually got it a few weeks ago. The other day, I was actually promoted, and I was moved to a new department. That's why I was able to move to a different location.
What? Seriously? I thought you were joking. You're seriously not in the city anymore.
Yeah, so I think we really won't ever see each other again. This is actually perfect for me, though. It all works out.
Wait, hang on. Seriously, you're going to give me a headache. Please, don't abandon me like this. I apologize for everything up until this point. I will do better, I promise. Come on, let's move back in together and live like we used to back in the day. We can do this, I swear.
No, we can't really. I've actually already found someone I'm gonna marry, so...
What?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut ties with idiots like you. You're all just trouble for people around you anyway. I think I've done plenty for you as far as being a good kid, right? I even helped my stupid brother, who's just a two-faced idiot, graduate college. I'm not gonna be able to give you anything beyond this, no matter how much you beg. Alright, you guys, have fun, and good luck on your own.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. Mom was wrong, sweetie, I swear. I want you to come back to my house. I really need you. Please, save your own family.
Yeah, we're not family anymore, so I'm gonna give you a nice big no! You're seriously good at this whole pestering thing, aren't you? A father who disappeared after taking out way too many loans for his own good and my brother? Honestly, both of them seem to be a perfect fit for someone like yourself. Alright, like I said before. Good luck on your own. Oh, and you guys have lost all usefulness for me. Actually, you've lost any kind of usefulness for me about 10 years ago. The mom kept contacting Russell no matter how much he declined her calls and ignored her text messages. She just kept begging him for his help and wouldn't let up at all. But apparently he was able to just block her out completely and intentionally left all of her text messages unread, just to spite her. Eventually, though, he did just block her phone number entirely, which made ignoring her all the more easier for him. All her efforts to reach out to him were in vain, as he had already blocked her on every form of contact that she had with him. The loan sharks, however, did keep paying her visits. She was taken somewhere where no one really knew what was going on, and she had lost all hope. She must have felt really stupid believing in the wrong son at the end of the day. But it was little too late. This is what happens when you completely berate someone and try to take advantage of them. Karma is a dish best served cold. Afterwards, no one really knows what happened to her or Jerry, but Russell got married and is living life happily ever after. He learned true freedom and love without the abuse from his annoying family members. Additionally, he's now in the process of building his own family and is loving every second of his life. I'm sure with how hard Russell has been working every day and every night, he'll be able to succeed in everything he tries and will be able to live happily ever after.
I'm going to be getting married. And that's just what I deserve for being such a beautiful woman.
Is that so? You're getting married to Andy then? Congratulations.
That is right. But why do you know about him? Did I ever tell you the name of my boyfriend before?
I think that I've known about Andy a lot longer than you have at this point. But you don't have to worry about that. Just congrats on you both getting married. However, I wasn't really thinking that the two of you would ever make it this far together. But you have always wanted to get married to someone, so this is great for you.
What is up with that kind of attitude? Are you trying to talk down to me? Did you really think that I wouldn't be able to get a man to marry me, even though I have this wonderful body?
Huh? Why do you think I meant what I said as a slight towards you? I just wanted to say congrats for finding a man that would marry you, and that I'm happy to see things working out.
Well, you don't have the right to talk to me like that about my situation. Have you even seen the current job you're working? Would you ever think it's okay for an overnight cleaning lady to talk to anyone else the way you've been? You're the lowest of the low in the society, so I'm not going to let you talk crap.
About this again? What about being a cleaning lady means that I'm the lowest of the low? I've been putting a lot of effort into my job, and I take it very seriously. So don't call me anything like a lowlife, okay?
Well, someone like you shouldn't be having to do a job like that, but perhaps that's the reason why I'm the one getting married and not you.
As though you were chosen? Well, just as long as you're getting married for love.
But when I do get married to Andy, I'll become a housewife for him. Unlike a cleaning lady, I'll never have to work in other people's houses or offices to do their dirty work.
I don't have a problem with any of that, though. Layla, do you think you could stop talking down to me about the job I do? I'm starting to become a little bit upset by the way you talk about me. I'm sure that you can't see that yet, but...
Why do I have to care about how you feel when I talk to you? I'm not in the position where I have to give up my time thinking about how low lives feel. And you are the worst of the low lives.
You're going too far, Layla. And to put some things into perspective for you, do you know how you ended up meeting Andy in the first place?
What do you want to say to me? I was introduced to Andy by Mom, right? She told me that he's one of her friend's son.
Huh? Is that what she told you?
That is. So what does that mean to you? A low-life scum like you is not invited to my wedding? If a cleaning lady came to my special day, it would make the whole atmosphere go sour.
That attitude you have right there. Stop it! I'm getting to my limits with the way you're treating me now, Layla. If I were to stay away from your wedding like you've said, things wouldn't go so well for you. So I'm going. Now, I'll see you at your wedding. Mom, I can see that Layla is going to end up marrying Andrew now, right? Have you not told her yet that I'm the one that's known Andy and introduced him?
Well, that's the problem. It became harder and harder for me to tell her that. With that girl, if I mentioned that you were the one that introduced Andy, she'd freak out, right? She'd get all up in our faces again and would think that we're all playing with her.
Well, I can understand that she wouldn't take it lightly. I can definitely see her flipping out at the news that I was the one to bring him along. But it's crazy that she thinks we're being rude or mean to her when she's the one that's been that way to me my whole life.
And that's the reason I never said anything about her to you. But now that she's going to be getting married to him, she'll finally be able to move out of this house. I'm planning on getting out of here myself and into a new home.
Is that so?
I want to move away with Dad to a smaller farmhouse out in the countryside to spend our final years relaxing. And so we've both been waiting a long time for her to leave.
I can see that. Well, thankfully that time has come.
And once things have settled down after the move, we'd love for you to come out and see the place.
All right. But that's only if Layla can get married to that man. I'm starting to feel a bit bad, though, for Andy now that I've introduced him to a demon of sorts. But if he's really that into Layla, then that's great for him.
I think the two of them fit like puzzle pieces, so it's worked out. I think that Lila and him will be able to get along well, even after marriage. So I'm praying that things go smoothly for her and she doesn't throw it all away.
I'm in the same boat as you are. She told me she doesn't want me to come to her wedding. But I'm afraid something will happen if I don't show, so I'm gonna go still, okay?
And you should still go. She's still a little selfish brat, so you don't have to listen to what she says.
Thank goodness. Well, I'm looking forward to the wedding.
Did you not listen to me? Hurry up and get lost, you moneyless lowlife. I don't want you showing yourself to Andy when he should never know that you're part of my family.
Do you have no idea what you've just done? I think that what's happened is literally taking things way too far between us.
Well, it's your fault for coming to my wedding in the first place, right? I didn't even invite you here in the first place, yet you still showed up.
Well, Mom had received an invitation from Andy asking for the whole family to come to the wedding. I knew that you wanted me to stay away today, but choosing to be violent towards me was going too far overboard.
What about that was violent? I was just making sure that your eyes were opened.
Well, you came up to me and slapped me across the face before yelling at me to leave. Do you not see how messed up something like that really is?
You're getting on my nerves, Sydney. What I had to do with you was in defense of my wedding.
What? Do you know what it means to defend something? Are you sure you weren't just assaulting me a second ago?
Low-life scum are not a part of my family, so hurry up and leave already. You should have listened to me before I had to take action and defend my wedding.
Why do you think that I'm some lowlife that's worth assaulting?
Because you're an overnight cleaning lady.
Layla, look, what you're saying makes no sense right now.
What I'm saying does make sense. I'm not okay with my little sister being a cleaning lady when she had so much potential. I slapped you to try and wake you up, so now that you understand how I feel about you, get lost.
Then you have a great one.
I don't need to hear that from you.
I'm going to do as you wish and go right home. But allow me to say one last thing. The man that you've just married was introduced to you by me.
Really? Why are you starting to say such unrealistic things now?
I get it. You're not going to believe me. But you're the only one that doesn't seem to care.
What do you mean?
Mom just happened to never tell you about his relation to me. She wanted to keep you from getting upset with me for bringing Andy along, and so she never told you a thing about how he's your husband due to me. You were already upset with me due to my job as a cleaning lady, and she couldn't see you believing her without getting pissed. But the reason that I was able to bring him to you is because I became friends with him and his parents due to my job. But I already have a fiancé, so I decided that he should talk to you more if he was looking for someone.
You know him and his parents? What are you talking about? Do you really think I can take a joke like that seriously? Have you gone off the deep end now? I'm sorry that you're having to leave my wedding is so distressing, but it has to be done.
The only reason Mom never told you was for the sake of making sure you would stay with Andy. She was afraid of how angry you'd become and that you'd throw your relationship with Andy away because of me.
Are you really telling me the truth? Why has Andy vanished from me all of a sudden? What's going on here?
Maybe it's because his parents watched as you slapped me in the face earlier?
Huh? They saw all of that?
They saw the whole thing unfold! If it wasn't for you laughing so hard at me, they might have not came and looked. But after you slapped me and started to laugh some more, I went and met with them.
Wait, when you went to go see them, you didn't say anything unnecessary, right? And are you for real about you and Andy already knowing one another?
Because I had known his parents and him for a while. They took good care of me. And it's because of them that I was able to find you a man to marry. But now you've gone and slapped me in front of both his parents.
But I never knew anything about you guys, so maybe this is just you trying to make up crap. Hold on, something's going on. Because you're not here, his parents seem pretty upset right now, and they just told Andy that I've done something wrong. Do you think you could come back here? I feel that if you don't come back right now, things will get pretty bad for me. Please hurry.
Even if you asked nicely, I'm not coming back now, huh?
Huh? Why not? Right now, things are starting to go downhill and I'm a bit panicked. I'm in a bit of pinch right now, so please come back here. Why, after a little slap to my sister, are they all starting to get worked up? Hurry up and get back here.
You asking me to come back now after telling me to get lost out of panic isn't going to work.
Why?
Because you just told me, Layla. You said you don't see me as family, right?
No, that's not what I meant by that.
And now that you've said and done things to someone as vital as me, you might end up getting divorced from him pretty soon. I'm sure that both Andy and his parents are regretting me introducing him to you. We had tried so hard to make things work out between you two, but I've already talked with Andy about this.
Huh? Why? Why are you talking with him before asking me for permission? You don't have to do things like that behind my back. What have you guys been talking about?
I told him that you no longer see me as your family, and so he no longer has to worry about you and I. I then ended our conversation by asking that he do what he thinks is best regarding you.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Do you think that he needs to do something about me being with him now?
Well, you talk down to me for being a cleaning lady, and even have gone as far as to regard me as nothing but a stranger now. I feel as though he should understand that and think twice about being married to you.
Please don't tell me you told him all about that, right?
Of course I told him.
Why did you do something like that to me?
That's right. I almost forgot to say this. I think you really don't know the importance of this.
What is it now? What importance is there that I'm unaware of?
Andy's parents are actually the ones that own the company in which I work for.
Huh?
You've been going on about how much you dislike those that work in the cleaning industry. And since you seem to hate people like me so much, it wouldn't make sense that you be married to the son of two people that own a company which is in the cleaning industry, right?
Hold on. Andy is the son of the company's CEO? I had a feeling that he had a lot of money, but I just assumed he was working for a good company, that's all. That would mean that I've landed the perfect husband, right?
Well, that's only if your marriage to him lasts, right?
I never knew about that. He never mentioned to me that his parents owned a company. I'm freaking out right now because there's so many things I never was told about. Maybe it was just an accident.
No matter how you try and make excuses for what happened, it won't help you. Now, good luck with your marriage. But before you try for marriage, maybe find yourself a job? Right now, you're just a complete loser. Are you not embarrassed being 33 years old and still living with your parents under all their care? You like to call cleaners lowlifes, but when you think about it, someone who's unemployed and lives with their parents is the real lowlife. See you never, you lost cause. Never try talking to me again. In the end, Layla was left in despair after her wedding was canceled. She immediately ran away from everyone at the wedding and their short marriage was over. Andy's parents tried searching for her as they still wanted to talk to her about why she would do what she did, but after searching for her for hours, they gave up and let her be. Andy was left a small bit heartbroken, but was more relieved than anything else since he was able to see the true person that Layla really was. Layla tried running back to her parents' house, but would soon find that it was already too late for herself. Layla's parents were already out of their old house and moved to the countryside by then. And since she had no one to rely on anymore, she was forced into having to support herself. She tried to get Sydney to help her, but by that point, Sydney had already blocked all her ways of contacting her. Sydney had also gotten married to her fiancé as well, and moved to a new location. And so, Layla was left with nothing but herself, and had to start from scratch like most people had done in their early 20s. If only she had gone out and started fending for herself sooner. Something like this would never be happening to her.
What are you going to do? Please make a decision already. I can't wait around forever, you know.
Well, I've told you repeatedly, haven't I? I'm not joining that Manda gang or whatever it is.
Every single parent at this kindergarten is part of it. If you choose not to join, it means you're turning everyone around you into enemies. Are you sure you're okay with that?
How much does it cost again?
The entrance fee is $500. Then there's an annual fee of $300 every year. So what do you think? If you consider it as a way to protect yourself from danger, isn't it a reasonable price?
No, that's outrageously expensive. And what exactly is this danger you're talking about? The most dangerous thing at this kindergarten is definitely you.
Oh, really? But complimenting me like that doesn't help your case, you know.
I'm not complimenting you.
So, what are you going to do? Hurry up and decide already. I can't keep wasting my time on just you. My time is valuable.
Look, I've said this multiple times, haven't I? I'm not joining the Manda gang.
Oh, really? Are you sure you won't regret this? You never know what kind of dangers lurk around in this kindergarten. I think it would be wise to have someone like me, part of the gang, on your side.
Gang? You're part of a gang?
Of course! My name is Manda, isn't it? It's obvious I'm either a spy or a gang member.
I think you're being a bit prejudiced here. Besides, if you're part of a gang, that makes you an even more dangerous presence.
That's exactly why you should have me as your ally. But if you refuse, that's your choice. Fine, I won't ask you again. However, just know that I won't be responsible for what happens next.
You're literally demanding bodyguard fees. That's classic gang behavior. Regardless of whether you're in a gang or not, I'm not joining the Manda gang.
Okay, so you're saying you're fine with whatever dangerous things happen? Just make sure you're careful out there. Just think about what could happen if you turn me into an enemy.
See seriously, what are you talking about? I can't believe you're using this scare tactic on me.
I'm just trying to look out for you. You might think you're fine on your own, but trust me, being alone isn't always safe, especially in a place like this. You'll never know who you might encounter or what could happen at the kindergarten when you least expect it.
You really have a flair for the dramatic, don't you? It's just a kindergarten, not a battlefield. Besides, do you really think the other parents are that terrifying? I mean, they're just parents like me, trying to do their best.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. This is not just any kindergarten. The dynamics here are complex, and the other parents can be quite territorial. Not being part of the group means you might miss out on an important information, or even face unwarranted hostility.
So you're saying I have to pay money to keep myself in the loop and avoid being ostracized? That sounds ridiculous. Why should I have to pay to feel safe among parents?
Because that's how things work in this community. If you want to be a part of it, you have to follow the rules. And trust me, it's better to have allies than to go it alone. You'll find it more beneficial in the long run.
Why do I get the feeling this is just a way for you to get some money? It feels like you're just using the concept of danger as a way to manipulate me into joining.
Maybe you're right. Or maybe I'm genuinely looking out for you. Either way, it's up to you. Just think carefully about your decision. Once you're out, there's no coming back. You'll be left to fend for yourself, and who knows what that entails.
Honestly, you're making this all sound so much worse than it is. Maybe I just need to trust my instincts and go with my gut feeling, rather than letting you frighten me into joining your little group.
Go ahead, trust your instincts. Just know that I warned you. It's not me who will suffer the consequences if you decide to remain an outsider.
Is that a threat? Because it sounds like one. You're coming off as pretty intimidating right now, you know.
I'm just stating facts. You have to understand the reality of the situation. It's better to be prepared than to find out too late. Keep your friends close and keep your potential enemies even closer, right?
I really don't like this conversation. I can't believe I'm being pushed into a corner like this. What happened to having a choice?
Well, choices come with consequences. Just remember that.
So, for a while now, those cheap harassments have been continuing. Hey, don't you think we need to make that idiot understand what's going on?
I absolutely knew you were going to say that. Listen, I'm not the same person I used to be.
What are you talking about? People don't change that easily. You're still the same local gang leader who absolutely hates anything crooked. It's legendary that you've never lost a fight to a guy.
That's all in the past. And for the love of everything, you should just forget about it already. You're the only one in this town who knows about that.
I'm proud of you. As your brother, you've been my hero since the day you took down those bullies who were picking on me.
Look, that was a long time ago. You don't have to keep worrying about it. Besides, that made you turn into a delinquent too. Anyway, I don't want any danger to come to Millie, so I'm not going to do anything.
But you're being harassed, right? Are you just gonna let it happen?
It's just whispers behind my back and some intentional shoulder bumps here and there. I can handle it if I just put up with it.
How weak is the legendary gang leader now?
Because they say they're from the gang. It would be troublesome to turn them into enemies, right?
No way, that's obviously just a bluff. You don't really believe that, do you?
I know it's a bluff.
And come on, you're not the kind of person who gets scared of a gang, right?
Anyway, I don't want to stand out anymore. I want to sever ties with my past and promote anti-violence.
What a shame. If you ever decide to get back at them, let me know. I'll help you with anything.
You just want to see me get into trouble, don't you?
Of course, I don't want to see you as some toothless tiger.
Right now, my daughter is the most important thing to me. I don't want to create unnecessary problems for Millie. You understand, right?
Well, if you put it that way, I can't say anything, but if you ever decide to retaliate, as long as it doesn't put Millie in harm's way, let me know. I'll help with whatever you need.
You're unbelievable.
Just think about it. You've dealt with those bullies before. You've got this. We're family, and family looks out for each other, right?
Look, that was different. I had a reason back then. Now it's about being a responsible adult and setting a good example for Millie. I can't let her see me fighting or getting involved in gang matters.
Come on, being responsible doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. You don't want her to think that she should just accept bullying, do you? That she should be passive?
I'm trying to teach her that there are better ways to handle conflicts without resorting to violence. I want her to be strong in her own way, not through aggression.
Strength can come in many forms. Sometimes standing your ground is the most important thing. If you let them walk all over you, what kind of message does that send to Millie?
Maybe, but I still think there are more peaceful solutions. I'm not going to let my past define me or my future. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? You're the one who's in the way. Don't stand right in front of me like that.
I was holding hands with my child over here. How could you reach out and touch me like that? What were you thinking?
Shut up. I don't care about your whining. You're just a nuisance, old lady. Don't underestimate the gang.
You're an old lady too, you know. And what does it matter that you're in a gang?
Ha! Who do you think you are talking back to me like that? I kicked you out because you were in my way without asking for permission. If you've got a problem with me, the gang member, why don't you say it to my face?
You scum. I'll crush you.
What did you just say?
You almost hurt Millie. This has crossed the line. I won't forgive you for this.
What's with you? Do you think I'll get scared because you're acting tough? I'm in a gang, you know. Is that how you want to rebel against me?
Well then, how about we settle this one-on-one later? After the graduation ceremony, come behind the toilet. Got it? Of course you'll come along. We'll talk it out there.
Behind the toilet?
Are you maybe scared? A person who claims to be in a gang, afraid to come alone?
Ha! I'm not scared at all. Fine, I'll go. I'll make sure you understand just how scary I can be.
I'll be waiting. Amanda, it's terrible that you hit me with a wooden plank from behind. Can't you face me head on?
Ha! I don't know about that. Don't put the blame on me.
What?
Did you even see what the person who attacked you from behind looked like? You didn't, did you? So how could you know who did it?
Are you seriously underestimating me right now? I was trying to keep my cool and resolve this through conversation, but now I really don't care what happens next. Got it?
So what's going to happen? Besides going against me means you're going against the gang. If you're okay with that, then go ahead.
Then why don't you bring your gang with you?
Eh?
Since you have the gang backing you up, hurry up and bring them here.
What? Are you really okay with that? You won't get off easy.
So hurry up and bring them. I'm curious to see what kind of people will come.
No. This will turn into a big deal, so I'll let it slide. Forget it. This conversation is over.
Who said it's over? Bring your gang here now. If you don't, I'll crush you. What are you going to do?
What? I said I'm not calling them. It feels ridiculous to call them out for something like this.
Are you trying to say that you were lying about having a gang?
Huh? It's not a lie. If push comes to shove, I can bring a whole crowd to attack you.
Oh, really? A gang that can only sneak up on someone from behind? That's pretty pathetic.
Again, I'm saying it wasn't me. It must have been some suspicious person who showed up. If you joined the Manda gang, I could have protected you.
Here, watch this video.
Huh? What is this?
This is a video of you hitting me from behind with a wooden plank. It clearly shows your face, so this is undeniable proof.
What? No, this is...
It's pointless to come up with excuses now. With this, you're officially a criminal.
Wait a minute, who recorded this video?
That doesn't matter. Now, I could take this video straight to the police, but I'd like to know what you want to do.
No. Please, wait.
You don't want me to do that? Of course you wouldn't. So I need you to promise to listen to what I say from now on.
Hold on. Is that a threat?
Yes, it's a threat. If you don't do as I say, I'll make sure you regret it. After all, if you put my daughter in danger and then hit me from behind, it's only natural that this would be the consequence.
This is just... I never meant to put your daughter in danger.
Well, it looks like you did. You have to understand that actions have consequences. You might think you can get away with this, but I'm not going to let you.
But I didn't know it would go this far.
That's the problem. You acted without thinking, and now you've put yourself in a terrible situation. You think this is a joke? It's serious.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean
to. Sorry, won't cut it now. You have a chance to make things right, but you need to cooperate with me. No more games. Are you going to listen or not?
Okay, I promise I'll listen. Just don't show that video to anyone, please.
Then we have an understanding. If you try to pull something like this again, I won't hesitate to use this evidence against you. You better watch your back. I'm keeping a close watch on you. If you do anything unnecessary, that video will be released to the public.
I understand. I'm just walking quietly.
I want you to return all the money you've collected from everyone under the guise of membership fees and annual dues. Until that's done, I won't take my eyes off you.
I get it. I'll do as you say. I just need to visit each house one by one, right? But how did it come to this?
If you have time to complain, then hurry up and go.
Yeah, I understand. But if I have to return the full amount to everyone, I'm going to go bankrupt.
You're part of a gang, right? Don't you have money?
Well, not all gangs are necessarily rich, but I'll try to pay back as much as I can. But returning the full amount to everyone is...
Then go into debt to get the money. If you don't pay everyone back in full, that video will be out there for everyone to see.
No way! Going into debt like that. If I did that, my family would be ruined.
What about the families of the mothers you've been extorting for money? You've ignored their suffering.
But they joined the Manda gang of their own free will. I didn't extort money from them.
You're talking about that while brandishing the gang? Just get on with it already.
But I have to prepare the money first.
I see. So you're stalling for time. Are you waiting for someone to come to your rescue?
It's too late for that. I've already called my friends. They're part of the gang. They're ready to make an example out of you. We're about to raid your house. If you don't want that, you better delete that video and apologize to me.
I don't care. Let's just get started on the refunds.
What? You don't care? Your family is in that house, isn't it? You must have your daughter there, too.
If you want to raid, go ahead. That's up to you. If you're trying to waste my time this much, I guess I'll have to spread that video after all.
No, wait, I get it. I'll go refund everyone. Just know that you're okay with whatever happens to your family.
I don't want anything to happen to them. But if you want to raid, I won't stop you. Just know that you're prepared for that, right?
Huh? Oh no, I mean, I'm ready. I am, after all, part of a gang. That's nothing to me.
Then go ahead and give the order for the raid. Either way, you're still going to have to refund the other mothers.
Ha! Let's see how long you can keep that up. I just gave the order for the raid. Your family is finished now.
Are you all right? Did you get a response from them?
What? No, not yet. But they should be ready to move at any moment, so they'll respond quickly.
You might want to call them.
Yeah, I want to see the look of suffering on your family's faces as soon as possible. So I'll make the call and give them instructions. Just wait a moment. What on earth is going on? When I called, I was told that the attackers had been wiped out and that everyone had been sent to the hospital.
I anticipated something like this might happen, so my brother has been guarding our home. I'm glad to hear that. You didn't lose your life. People who would go so far as to harm a family member could have dealt with my brother in ways you can't even imagine.
Wait.
Now finally, I can resume my rounds of apologies. You can't buy yourself more time anymore, right?
I can't believe this.
You tried to secretly ask Helga for help? I heard you handed her a note explaining the situation.
What? Why?
It seems that once she understood the circumstances, she decided to side with me.
Why? She was my right-hand person.
Well, that's how much you're disliked. You need to properly apologize and make amends for what you've done.
No way. But I don't have any money left.
If you can't return anymore, then you'll have to borrow some from a friend of mine who lends money. I'll take you there right now.
I don't want to borrow money.
If you're saying you can't pay back anymore, then borrowing is your only option. Don't worry. I'll make sure the collection process is gentle.
I don't want to deal with a loan shark connected to you. And besides, I'm in a gang, remember? Do you really think I can just get away with this?
You're not in a gang. It's pretty obvious.
What? Of course! I am part of a gang. Just earlier, I was able to hire those attackers.
Those were just hired thugs, and my brother got the information from them.
Damn it! No, but those guys will go to the police. If that happens, your brother will be arrested for assault.
The police will certainly be interested in those who attempted to raid a private residence. And they'll also be looking for whoever was giving them orders.
Damn! What is wrong with you, really?
By the way, my brother also looked into your background. Not only are you not in a gang, but your name isn't Manda, it's Mandy.
Huh?
So you thought up a gang-like name and went by Manda? Honestly, how pathetic can you be? Though I don't think Manda sounds particularly gang-like either.
Please, I'm begging you, don't tell anyone.
If you don't want me to tell anyone, then please go ahead and borrow from my moneylender. For making your rounds of apologies, you'll probably need about $20,000 in cash, right? The interest rates will be a bit high, but it's not an amount you can't pay back.
I can't take this anymore.
So, is your apology tour finally over? I bet everyone received you with smiles, pleased to get some money back. You must have a clear understanding now of just how much you've been disliked.
Hey, it's done now, right? Can you just delete that video, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that video has already been spread far and wide.
What?
What I'm saying is, it doesn't really matter now if you try to delete it. I sent it to your husband too, so you're in for quite a ride from now on.
Wait a minute, that's not what we agreed on. What on earth are you doing? I did my part by apologizing and returning the money.
But you were the one who called in thugs and sought help from Helga halfway through. You broke the agreement too. Well, to be fair, I plan to spread that video regardless of whether you kept your promise.
So from the start?
That's right. From now on, you're in the position of the defendant and I'm the plaintiff. Get ready because I'm going to squeeze you for all the damages I can. All those moms from the kindergarten are also demanding compensation. Things are about to get a lot tougher for you, but I hope you don't get discouraged.
This is it. My life is over.
Yeah, I think so too. Your life is over. This is what happens when you make an enemy out of me.
You know, it's pretty wild how quickly things escalated. One moment you thought you could manipulate the situation, and now look at where you are, on the brink of losing everything. I wonder if you truly grasp the depth of your predicament.
I mean, you went around thinking that you could treat people however you wanted, assuming they would just accept it. But no one was okay with your actions, especially not after everything you've done. This isn't just about money, it's about respect, and clearly you've lost that in spades. Do you even realize how many people you've hurt? It's not just the moms you owe money to, it's the relationships you've damaged and the trust you've shattered. This is going to haunt you, and you can't just wish it away. I don't think you fully understand what I'm capable of when it comes to fighting back. You assumed you could push me around, but I've got my resources too. You might have been the big shot, but in reality, you're just a small fry with big dreams of grandeur. You've dug your own grave, and now you have to lie in it. You could have avoided this by playing nice, but you chose the hard way. It's sad, really. I almost feel pity for you. But then again, you've brought this on yourself. So, are you prepared for the storm that's coming? Because it's going to be relentless. There's no backing out now. You've crossed too many lines. Your pleas and your cries will fall on deaf ears. No one is going to come to your rescue because you've burned too many bridges.
Hannah, I have to say, revenge really is fun. I was genuinely thrilled when I got your message saying you were gonna get back at them.
I just couldn't let it slide. And I owe a big thanks to Dexter, too. He really helped us fend off those guys.
Honestly, what difference does it make how many of those pathetic thugs there were? It's all the same to me. But seriously, is that really all you plan to do?
Is that all?
Yeah, I mean, those thugs and that self-proclaimed gang member who calls himself Manda, don't you think that's a bit too mild for you? I expected more from you. Remember the last time you had them all tied up with ropes and tossed them in the river?
Okay, enough with the old stories. What I did this time was still quite a significant act of revenge in the eyes of the public.
But it just feels a little underwhelming for someone like you.
However, I want to say this. As your sister, I'm really proud of how far you've come.
What? Of course, you've done an amazing job. You filmed Manda getting punched, you beat up those thugs, and you even exposed that Manda was using a fake name.
Oh, well, that's how you see it? I was expecting a more touching sentiment.
Sure, I didn't have much screen time in this whole ordeal, but this act of revenge wouldn't have happened without my support. So if you ever have someone you want to get back at in the future, you better count on me to help you out. It's not just about the revenge itself, but the way you've pulled everything together. You've really shown everyone that you won't be messed with, and that's something to be proud of. Not only did you take a stand for yourself, but you also made it clear that no one should underestimate you. Remember, it's not just about striking back, it's about sending a message. The way you handled those thugs and put Manda in their place shows you've got grit. You didn't just roll over and take it. You fought back in a way that would make anyone think twice before crossing you again. So, when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, it's about more than just the little victories here and there. It's about establishing your reputation and showing people that you're someone who stands up for what's right. It's about empowering yourself and those around you.
Manda, or rather, Mandy, found herself in a precarious situation when she was collectively sued by the mothers at her son's kindergarten. This group of parents came together to file a lawsuit against her, claiming that her actions had somehow harmed their children, leading to significant emotional distress and other repercussions. The situation escalated quickly, and it forced her into a dire financial situation that she could hardly afford. The lawsuit turned into a public spectacle, attracting attention and gossip that permeated the community. As the legal battle unfolded, it became evident that Mandy's life was spiraling out of control. The immense stress, compounded by public scrutiny, took a toll on her marriage. Understandably, her husband reached a breaking point. He could no longer tolerate the chaos surrounding them. He packed his belongings and left, initiating a divorce that only added to Mandy's already tumultuous life. The split was not amicable, with anger and resentment festering between them. Each party had their reasons for the breakdown of their relationship, but in the end, it was Mandy who lost the most in this painful process. With the divorce finalized, the custody battle over their son became an unfortunate reality. Despite her tireless efforts to prove that she could provide a stable and nurturing environment for her child, Mandy ultimately lost custody to her ex-husband. This decision shattered her heart and left her feeling completely alone in the world. She found herself living in a small, rundown apartment, struggling to make ends meet and grappling with the overwhelming loneliness that now filled her life. The once bright and lively home she had envisioned for herself and her son was replaced with the stark reality of her situation. The dismal surroundings of her new living arrangement served as a constant reminder of how far she had fallen. To add insult to injury, Mandy's financial troubles didn't stop with the lawsuit and the divorce. She was already burdened with debt, but as time went on, the interest on her loans continued to pile up, making it increasingly difficult for her to escape the cycle of financial despair. The bills kept coming, and with each passing day, her situation seemed to grow more dire. The weight of her financial obligations felt suffocating, and she often found herself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling and wondering how she would ever regain control over her life. Meanwhile, on the internet, things were not looking up for Mandy either. A video that had been posted during the height of her controversy went viral, spreading like wildfire across various social media platforms. People began to share and comment on it, fueling a public outcry that seemed never-ending. The situation escalated into a full-blown scandal, with online trolls mocking her and spreading rumors that added to her humiliation. It felt as though the entire world was watching her downfall, and she felt completely exposed and vulnerable. Each notification on her phone brought a fresh wave of negativity that she could hardly bear. I often reflect on the extent of the revenge I took against those who had wronged me, and while I acknowledge that it was quite severe, there's still this nagging feeling, and perhaps it wasn't enough. Dexter, on the other hand, has been relentless in his judgment, insisting that my actions were soft and lacked the intensity necessary to truly make a point. This raises the question of what exactly would satisfy him. What level of retribution would he consider sufficient? It's a perplexing thought that lingers in my mind, causing me to wonder if I should have done more or approached the situation differently. Looking back on my life during these tumultuous times, I can't help but reflect on how I must have appeared to others. Perhaps they viewed me as some sort of monstrous figure, someone who was completely out of control and wreaking havoc wherever I went. I never intended for things to spiral to such an extent, nor did I ever want to hurt anyone. In my mind, I was simply reacting to the overwhelming circumstances that surrounded me. I was a mother fighting to protect my child and myself, not some villain in a story meant to entertain. I remember the days when I would go to the kindergarten to pick up my son, and the stares I received from the other mothers were piercing. It was as if they could sense the turmoil brewing beneath the surface of my life. Some would whisper behind my back, and I could only imagine the awful things they were saying. Others would simply avoid me altogether, pretending I didn't exist. It felt as though the entire community had turned against me, and that sense of isolation only deepened my struggles. Despite the overwhelming feelings of despair, I still tried to put on a brave face. I would often wear a smile, pretending that everything was okay, even when I felt like I was crumbling inside. It was exhausting to maintain that facade, but I believed it was necessary to protect my son from the harsh reality of our situation. I wanted him to feel safe and secure, even if everything around us was falling apart. In my heart, I knew that I had made mistakes, but I also believed that I had the right to defend myself and my family. The line between right and wrong became blurred, and I found myself questioning my own moral compass. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, I wondered how I would ever regain a sense of normalcy in my life. Would I ever be able to rise above the shame and humiliation that seemed to follow me like a dark cloud? The memories of happier times with my son haunted me relentlessly. I thought of the playful moments we had shared, the laughter that filled our home, and the dreams I had for our future together. Now those dreams felt like a distant memory, overshadowed by the reality of my situation. I missed the little things like bedtime stories and cooking meals together. Those were moments that had brought us joy and comfort, and they seemed so far out of reach now. As I navigated this challenging phase of my life, I began to search for ways to cope with the overwhelming sadness and loneliness. I sought support from friends and family, though many were hesitant to approach the subject, unsure of how to help. I appreciated their concern, but often felt more isolated than ever. It was a paradox. I longed for companionship, but was afraid of the judgment that might come with it. The very thought of opening up to others about my struggles filled me with dread. I found solace in journaling, pouring my thoughts onto the pages as a way to process my emotions. Writing became my refuge, a safe space where I could express my fears, frustrations, and hopes without fear of judgment. Through my writing, I began to understand my feelings more deeply, allowing me to confront the pain head-on rather than suppressing it. The act of putting pen to paper helped me untangle the mess of emotions that swirled within me, providing clarity and a sense of release. Additionally, I sought out online communities of others who had faced similar challenges. While the internet had played a significant role in my downfall, it also became a source of support. I discovered forums and groups where people shared their stories of overcoming adversity. Reading their experiences gave me hope and reminded me that I was not alone in my struggles. There was a certain comfort in knowing that others had faced similar demons and emerged stronger on the other side. As the months passed, I started to rebuild my life piece by piece. I focused on finding a job that would allow me to regain some independence and provide for myself. It was a daunting task, but I knew it was necessary for my well-being. I took every opportunity that came my way, even if it meant stepping out of my comfort zone. I was determined to prove myself that I could overcome the obstacles that had been thrown in my path. Through hard work and determination, I began to find my footing again. I learned to embrace the small victories, celebrating each step forward as a testament to my resilience. Every job interview, every dollar earned, and every moment spent with my son were milestones in my journey of recovery. While the scars of my past remained, I refused to let them define me. Instead, I chose to use my experiences as motivation to forge a brighter future for myself. The journey to healing was not linear. There were setbacks and moments of doubt along the way. Yet, with every challenge